Hello and welcome to setting up a Minecraft 1.8.3 server, part 2. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to install plugins and do some basic configuration of your server. Okay, now to download these files you're going to need to go to your favourite browser. I'm using Google Chrome, and then go to www.bucket.org. Once you're on this page, you're going to need to click Get Plugins. It will transfer you to curse.com, which is now the new location for Bucket plugins. Open the plugins you're going to be using. I'm using World Edit, Essentials, Permission Sex, and WordGuard, all of which can be found in the description in the plugin pack. So if you don't want to go to the website and download them for yourself, just go into the description and download those. Okay, now you're going to need to download the plugins. Click Download Now. Wait 3 seconds. It might come up if you're using Google Chrome, or your antivirus may say that it's a virus. I can vouch for the website, it is definitely not a virus. However, if you're using another source, there is a chance that it could be a virus, so you're going to have to watch out for that. So just click Keep, and then your plugin will be downloaded. Now once you have all your files downloaded, you can open up your server folder, open up your plugins folder, and drag all your files into here. 2 of these files are different to the others. Essentials and WordGuard, you need to open them up, like so. And inside you'll find the different parts of Essentials. You can pick and choose which ones you want, but for the sake of tutorial I'm going to use them all. So just drag them all into your folder, and do the same with WordGuard. Open it up, with a stupid WinRAR message to open, and drag WordGuard and contrib into your folder. Okay, now you can go into your plugins folder and run start.bat. It's going to load your libraries, and just give it a minute. Okay, now it's going to install all your plugins. As you can see, all these messages are just saying that WorldGuard's creating the files that's needed, and you're done. Now you can type type stop to stop the server. It's going to save everything, press any key. Okay, now that's the end of this part of the tutorial. Go to part 3 to find out how to do some basic configurations for the plugins. To start off, when editing the files, you're going to need a file or text editor. I recommend Notepad++. Lots of people use it. I've used it for years, as Notepad is not good at all for configuring your files. So go to the link in the description and click on download, and then just click download and follow the installation, and you know what to do. Okay, so now you have your plugins installed and your Notepad installed as well. We can now get into configuring some of the plugins. First, let's start on WorldGuard. If you go into your Worlds folder and then into World, you'll see the configuration for your world. If you right click and click Edit with Notepad++, it will open it in Notepad++, and it will give you some files. Look, some text. There's not really much you can do with this. It's pretty much blacklisting and things along those lines. Not really too important. So if we go back and back again, and go into the config.yml, edit that, here we have some relatively important stuff. For example, if you wanted to turn on or off creeper destruction, press Ctrl and then F and type creeper, and then find next, and it will find the first instance of creeper in the file. Block creeper explosions. If you turn this to true, this will make sure that creepers cannot destroy blocks, as well as if you do that also. You can do the same for different mobs and different items and stuff. For example, fall damage, lava damage, fire damage. But that's pretty much the gist of the WorldGuard. So if you Ctrl S to save, and then you can just close out of that. Now if we go back into the plugins, and go into Essentials. Right click, edit with Notepad. Here you'll see Essentials. Essentials is a large base of commands. A lot of commands that can be advanced if you use them in an advanced manner, or basic if that's what you feel like using. Here you can set the color for ops. I just usually leave this the same. Nickname prefix, usually change that as well. Leave that the same, I mean. Because if someone changes their name in game using the /nickname command, it will show that that's a nickname by having this character in front of the name. Or I should say symbol. Having that symbol in front of the name. Max nickname length. That's the maximum length that a nickname can have. If we scroll down, there's lots of configurations you can do this plugin, such as teleport cooldown, teleport delay. Teleport delay is if you're setting up a public server and not just a private server with some friends or something, then you might want to turn on teleport delay. In the case of PvP, if someone tries to teleport, if you set this to 5 seconds, when someone types /spawn or /tpa, it will take 5 seconds for them to actually teleport. And then 4 seconds after they teleport, they'll be invulnerable. So you can set that to 0, because you want someone to be able to be damaged straight after they teleport. Heal cooldown, that's for people that have the heal permission. If you don't have the heal permission, then you won't be able to use the /heal command, so you don't really need to change that unless you're giving someone the permission. In blacklist, this is where you can add items for, items that shouldn't be allowed. So if you wanted TNT to be disabled on the server, you'd type 46, which is the item ID for TNT. If we scroll down again, social spy. This is a command used by admins, mods, whatever rank you want to be able to use the command, where they are able to see who uses commands and what variables they put in the commands. So if you have social spy told or enabled, then you will be able to see anyone that uses the /message command and what they type. So this is good if there is someone that you feel is abusing or sending vulgar messages, then you can turn social spy on and check what they're saying. You just need to ignore these are just permissions. Kits. Kits are pretty temperamental to set up. You'd need to search an advanced tutorial on setting up kits, because they are very hard to set up, and it does take a while to do. Essential signs is another subcategory of the plugin that enables you to use commands via signs. So you can set a command on the sign and then right click the sign and it'll use this command. For example, repair. If you set repair on the sign, you can set the parameter of cost and what item, so all or hand or hotbar. Then you can right click the sign and it would repair for the cost you set. This can be very useful for spawns, so people can go to spawn, repair their tools, or heal, change weather, whatever you set them to do. Now you have AFK kick and auto AFK, so 5 minutes of standing still would mean you go into AFK state. After 5 minutes you are able to get kicked if you set that to be enabled. Freeze AFK players, this means that they can't be pushed by water, the pistons, be pushed by people, even though that's not a thing anymore. It used to be the case. Disable item pickup whilst AFK. If you're AFK and this is enabled, you won't be able to pick up the items. And if you carry on scrolling down, you get all these advanced and more in-depth configurations that don't really need to go into for this tutorial. Sanctuary's home. This is another part of the tutorial, part of the plugin, where each rank, you can set each rank to have a separate amount of homes. So default, this is integrated with group manager, permissions X. So you can set your rank default to have 3 homes, VIP to have 5, and staff to have 10 homes. This can be changed to what you prefer. And obviously, if you keep scrolling down, essentials. So my headset just decided to turn off on me. I don't know why that happened. It's probably because there's no sound coming through. But anyway, if we carry on down again, you can disable even more parts of Minecraft. Creeper explosions and like we went through before. Disable spawning. So, default, nothing is disabled. However, if you don't want creepers on your server, just go ahead and set them to true. That will mean creepers will not be able to spawn on your server. Do the same with skeletons, so it's easier to show you. Okay, now if we go down again, even more configurations, and now we're at the bottom. Now that's really essentials. Now you can go ahead and Control S that, close out of that, and now I'm going to start the server. Again, let's go load your libraries, make sure everything's updated and everything like that, and then your server will run. I'm going to come back when I'm in Minecraft so I can show you what we've done. Okay, so now you're in Minecraft, you can go ahead and add your server again if you haven't added it or deleted it from the last time. You type in localhost, which is what I'm going to use. Now if you join your server, and you can check your console, it will say that you've logged in. Okay. Now, I'm in the server. If you type /help, doesn't seem to want to do anything. Okay. So if I'm going to opt myself. Seems to be a problem. I am going to stop the server for a second and find out what was happening. Okay, I'm back, and I figured out what was wrong with the plugin. It seemed to be that I was using a completely different version of Essentials to the server that we're running. So if you are going to download this plugin from the website, then make sure you're downloading the correct version, which is 1.8.3, or just search Google for Essentials 1.8.3. and make sure you download all the files, because that's what I did. But if you don't want to go and search for it yourself, then obviously, like I said earlier, in the description there will be all the files to download. Okay, I'm back, and I figured out what was wrong with the plugin. It seemed to be that I was using a completely different version of Essentials to the server that we're running. So if you are going to download this plugin from the website, then make sure you're downloading the correct version, which is 1.8.3, or just search Google for Essentials 1.8.3 and make sure you download all the files, because that's what I did. But if you don't want to go and search for it yourself, then obviously, like I said earlier, in the description there will be all the files to download. Okay, so now we can get into showing you what changes we've made and how they've changed the server. So as you can see, it's nighttime, and the spiders, if I type /gm1 on Essentials, it will change my game mode to creative. So if I'm going to get out a creeper egg and chicken, because why not? Chickens. Everyone loves chickens. And a skeleton. It won't let me spawn a creeper, and it won't let me spawn a skeleton. However, chickens will work, because I haven't changed those. The reason creepers and skeletons won't work is because back in the file, we said disable spawning of creepers and skeletons. It works with spiders, obviously you can see spiders on the floor, but there will be 0 creepers and skeletons around the area, as you can see. However, we did change creeper explosions, but I can't really show you that as creepers are disabled now. So that is pretty much proven that the configuration did work. So that's pretty much the end of this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. So now you've ran the server and downloaded all the files, you can now open your Minecraft, go into your there, run the server or direct connect, type in your IP or advanced settings.